Greetings. If you're watching this, you're a fan of The Amazing Spider-Man. Also, if you're watching this, you are not a fan of Brand New Day and the events that have followed. Essentially, Brand New Day is one of the laziest pieces of writing I've ever seen. It uses a literary device called Deus Ex Machina to essentially wipe the slate clean of all the horrible decisions that Marvel's made with The Amazing Spider-Man over the past, 10 years or so. The problem with having a godlike creature or entity step in and magically make everything alright for Marvel, i.e. getting Peter back to his roots as a single guy in order to alleviate the problems of writing around a married character, is that it's just lazy and poor writing. Essentially, it's the same thing as a high school student in a creative writing program having Peter just wake up and it was all a dream. It's just not the sign of a professional organization dealing with one of the greatest comic book characters of all time, especially their flagship character. But let's get down to what really irks me about Marvel lately. Recently, I went to Simper and Steve Wacker's blog over at Marvel and registered so I could possibly debate other Spider-Man fans that were feeling the same way that I was. And to my utter surprise, it turns out that Simper and Steve and the editors over at Marvel have went to the Kim Jong-il School of Journalism. Whereas, if they disagree with something that you say, especially if you've done it in a tactful way, devoid of any vulgar obscenities or racial epithets, they just delete it. I've got a message for Simper and Steve and the editors over at Amazing Spider-Man. Some of us have dealt with Norman Osborn coming back. Norman Osborn coming back and apparently having an affair and twins with Gwen Stacy. We've stuck through Amazing Spider-Man despite Spider Totem, whatever the heck that storyline was. And we've stuck through Brand New Day. And we're not particularly happy. We've sunk hundreds or possibly even thousands of dollars into Amazing Spider-Man comic books. And to come on a blog and not be able to voice our displeasure with recent editorial decisions is rather infuriating. Is it possible that there are Amazing Spider-Man fans out there that are totally okay with Norman Osborn being, a zombie? Yeah. And that's completely fine. But I would like a chance to debate them. Is it possible that there are Spider-Man fans out there that think that Freak is a cool character? Probably. But again, I would like the chance to tell them that they're probably of the mindset that Jar Jar Binks was a cool character too. It kind of bothers me that if you seem to have an IQ over 120 and you don't live in your mom's basement, then Steve Wacker and the editors at Marvel don't want to hear from you on their blog. And there's actually one other thing that's rather interesting to me as well. If you go into the letters to the editor section of your newest Spider-Man, or pretty much any issue for that matter, you'll find something rather peculiar. Okay, I got my letters to the editor section here. Let's read a couple, shall we? Dear Spider Gang, I love the direction you are taking with our web slinger. ... Next one. Gang, good job. An excellent storyline from start to finish. Next letter. Dear Steve, I just finished reading New Ways to Die and I could finally see the relevance of the new characters. Next one. Before Brand New Day, I rarely read Spider-Man, so when Brand New Day launched, it was the perfect time to start reading. And I have to admit, I'm very excited for each new issue that comes out. Next letter. Dear Spider Crew, Brand New Day turned me into a Spidey regular, and the New Ways to Die storyline has, honestly, hooked me for life. Awesome. I'm so glad that everybody who writes in to Amazing Spider-Man loves the direction that you guys are taking. I didn't realize that we were living in Iran right now, or North Korea, but yeah, it's really cool that everybody seems to like the direction of the book. Anyway, I originally created this video because I wanted people who didn't agree with the direction Amazing Spider-Man was taking to have a place where they could leave comments and have them not be deleted simply for, quote, offending Steve Wacker. So hopefully this video word will catch on that there is a place in the United States where you could disagree with the editors of Amazing Spider-Man and not have your comments deleted. So yeah, anyway, if this is successful, then we'll continue. Thanks a lot.